could have believed her own twin sister would become so wicked to the extent of pouring acid on her sister?
Edora, what happened to you? She did this to me, she said hoarsely, pointing weakly at Adeko. She planned it. She has always hated me. See, I told you already I think Edora is not well. She has been talking strangely for days now. She glanced around the empty compound and added, Mama is not even at home. Obina looked from Adeko to Edora, confusion clouding his face. It was fire that burnt her, Adeko continued quickly. She was cooking inside. She forgot the pot on the fire and everything got out of control. That's how she was burnt. Edora shook her head weakly, tears rolling down her scarred cheeks. That's not true, Obina, listen to me, she said, holding his arm. She is confused. Trauma has affected her mind. Look at how she is talking. Edora, calm down. Stop saying things that are not true. Maybe you're right, he said everything happened too fast. Edora tried to speak again, but the words refused to come. Adeko tightened her hold on Obina's arm and guided him away gently. Come, you have not eaten since morning. Worry will finish you. But you must eat, you need strength for this sadness. She busied herself at the hearth, lifting the pot and serving him a generous bowl of egusi soup with neatly rolled pounded yam. From the knot at her waist, she untied a tiny pouch. The brown powder slid soundlessly into his soup and stirred it gently. She placed the bowl before him. Obina nodded absently and began to eat. The warmth of the soup spread through him, soothing at first, then strangely heavy. He did not notice when his thoughts began to dull, when his grief shifted shape, when Edora's image slowly blurred at the edges. Is it good? She asked. Yes, he replied, rubbing his temple. I just feel tired. That is normal, she said calmly. Today has been too much. As Obina swallowed the last mouthful, the ogu settled deep within him, rewriting emotions, bending memories. So it has worked, she whispered, her eyes gleaming. The ogu has taken root. She clasped her hands together, trembling with triumph. Finally, she said, voice thick with satisfaction. Finally, Obina is mine. Obina suddenly stood up, as if pulled by an invisible string. My love, he said softly, his voice warm, devoted. The food was delicious. Before she could even pretend to act surprised, he leaned forward and kissed her. Behind them, Edora saw everything. Her heart shattered completely. Tears rolled down her scarred cheeks. Why are you kissing Adeko? She tried to sit up, pain tearing through her body. We are in love, she cried. We promised each other. Why are you doing this to me? Obina pulled away from Adeko and turned slowly. His eyes met Edora's, but there was nothing there. Who are you? He snapped coldly. And why are you talking about love? Edora's breath caught. My name is Edora, she said weakly. I am the woman you love. The woman you wanted to marry. Obina frowned, as though disgusted by her words. Do not insult me, he said harshly. The only woman I love is Adeko. Adeko smiled. She stepped forward and wrapped her arm around Obina possessively, resting her head against his chest. Did you hear that? She said sweetly, looking down at her sister. He loves me. My God. She sobbed. They have taken everything from me. Obina turned away from her as though she was nothing more than dirt. I do not want to see this woman again, he said to Adeko. The memory of Edora burned away completely, leaving only hatred behind. The wedding happened so fast that the entire village of Umuka was thrown into confusion. Barely 2 market days after the incident, Obina sent his people to Adeko's. Bride price was paid without delay. People whispered, "Is it not too quick? Was he not in love with Edora?" But Obina did not listen to anyone. His eyes saw only Adeko. His heart beat only for Adeko. Every 7th night, when the village slept and the moon hung low and pale, Adeko would suddenly open her eyes. When she was sure Obina was deep asleep, she would rise from the mat, wrap a dark cloth around herself, and tiptoe out of the compound. "Careful, always careful. If anybody sees me, I am finished," she muttered under her breath. She paused behind the hut, heart pounding. Which kind problem be this SEF? She complained quietly, "I don't even know why Bobby gave me this kind task. Me way like sleep past anything." At the edge of the forest, Adeko stopped. She brought out a small blade wrapped in dry leaves. Without hesitation, she sliced the side of her palm. Blood welled up. She scooped red clay, mixed it with her blood, and rubbed it slowly across her face. She walked toward the river, barefoot, circling it 7 times. With each round, she chanted, "Edora, child of one womb, hear me." The river stirred. "Edora, you shall never see good thing." She spat into the water. "Anywhere you go, happiness will close its eyes. Anybody that tries to love you shall hate you without reason. Because you were born. Because you were beautiful, I was invisible. Today, I return everything to you." She laughed bitterly. "See what you turned me into." She continued the chanting, her voice now sharp with hatred. She called her name 9 times in total, each call darker. When she was done, she wiped her palm on the ground, hid the blade back in the dry leaves, and looked around quickly. Left, right. She pushed the door open slowly. The hut was dark. Then, Adeko. Her heart jumped into her throat. She froze. Obina was sitting up on the mat, his eyes fixed on her face. "Where were you?" You were gone for some time. I woke up and didn't see you." Adeko swallowed hard. Sweat broke out on her forehead and ran down her spine. "Hm." She stammered, forcing a small laugh. She laughed louder this time, trying to sound normal. "Oh, is that why you look like this?" she said, waving her hand lightly. "I just went outside for fresh air. I couldn't sleep well." Obina frowned slightly. Fresh air. By this time of the night, Adeko moved closer, sitting beside him. "I was having bad dreams," she added quickly. "Nightmares. I was sweating. I needed air." "I hope you are not hiding anything from me," he said. "And I hope you are not cheating on me." Adeko burst into laughter. "Cheating?" she repeated, placing a hand on her chest. "Obina, how can you even think that? Cheating with who? Is it not you that rushed and married me?" She leaned her head on his shoulder. "You are my husband. My only man," she said softly. Obina sighed and lay back down. "All right," he murmured. "Come and sleep." Adeko lay beside him, her heart still pounding, her eyes wide open. She did not sleep till morning. Her tears soaked the mat beneath her. Her once beautiful face, now scarred by fire, twisted in pain as she sobbed. "The worst betrayal is from your own blood." Her own twin sister, the one she shared a womb with. The one she trusted. The one who smiled at her, and Obina, the man she loved. The man she believed would protect her, both gone, both lost. To Adeko, "Oh God," Edora cried, her voice breaking. "Why is my life like this?" She staggered to the cracked mirror hanging on the wall. She looked at her reflection and screamed. She turned away quickly, unable to bear it. I can't even look at myself anymore, she sobbed. I am ugly. I am broken. I am alone. Her body shook as she sank to the floor. What did I do to deserve this? She asked the empty room. Why me? Her eyes fell on a small bottle on the wooden shelf. Poison. Her hands trembled as she picked it up. Let me end it, she whispered. What is the meaning of living like this? She uncorked the bottle and stared at it, tears falling. Inside, maybe death will give me peace, she said softly. Maybe then the pain will stop. She lifted the bottle toward her lips and cried out one last time, God, if you can still hear me, help me. Her tears fell freely, mixing with the poison as the night closed in around her. Edora sat alone. She did not know what came over her that night. She looked at the poison for a long time. It is better to be alive than dead, she told herself. Even if life is hard. Even if it pains me every day. I will not give Adeko the joy of my death. I will not let her win completely. Even though she hated herself, even though she believed she was ugly now, even though she had already accepted her fate. Tears rolled down her cheeks as she slowly pushed the calabash away. That same night, in Obina's compound, Adeko slowly opened her eyes. Everyone was asleep. Her heart began to beat fast. This is the night, she thought. She quietly stood up, her feet careful not to make a sound. She picked up the small native pot the Baba had given her, wrapping it with cloth so it would not clink. Please, let this man not wake up. He is already suspecting me now. She turned slowly toward the door. Suddenly, Obina opened his eyes. He sat up on the mat and stared at her. Adeko's breath seized in her chest. The native pot almost fell from her hands. Where are you going with a native pot? Obina asked. Adeko jumped slightly. Oh. Obina, you are awake, she said quickly, forcing a smile. I want to fetch water from the river. No need, Adeko, we already have water filled up. No, the water is not much, she replied. You can do it tomorrow morning, Obina said. Or is something going on? No, she answered quickly. If not, Obina said, lying back down but still watching her, go and sleep. Adeko turned away angrily. Her jaw tightened. She could not force herself to go outside. If she did, Obina would surely follow her. Yet she could not explain herself either. She was trapped. Slowly, she returned to the bed and lay down, her back facing Obina. The native pot was hidden under the mat. Her mind was restless, fear and anger fighting inside her chest. Obina did not sleep. He kept staring at her every movement she made. He noticed. Which can man be this? This man will spoil everything. After a long time, exhaustion finally won. Adeko slept off, her grip loosening, forgetting about the night mission the Baba had given her. Adeko sprang up from the mat, screaming, I am finished. Oh! Her cry tore through the quiet compound. She clutched her head with both hands, rocking back and forth. I am finished. I am finished. I am dead. Oh, she wailed. Tears spilling down her face. Her body began to itch, not the normal kind of itch, this one burned. It was as if red ants had been poured under her skin. She scratched her arms hard. Her nails dug into her flesh, but the more she scratched, the worse it became. Fire ran from her neck down to her legs. Her skin felt hot, like it was boiling. Invisible hands seemed to crawl all over her, inside her clothes, along her back. She scratched until her fingers shook, until thin lines of blood appeared. I am finished. I am finished. She wailed, tears spilling down her face. Obina jumped up in shock. Adeko. What is it? He asked, grabbing her shoulders. What happened to you? She shook her head wildly. My head. My head is burning. She cried. My chest is heavy. I did not go. She screamed. I did not do it. Obina froze. Did not go where? He asked slowly. Adeko realized her mistake too late. Her mouth snapped shut. Her eyes widened in terror. I mean. She stammered. I was dreaming. Dream. He repeated. You shouted like someone who missed something important. I saw darkness. I saw blood. I saw someone shouting my name. The Baba warned me, she cried without thinking. He said if I miss. The Baba. He said sharply. Which Baba? I was sick, she said quickly. I was just remembering old things. I don't even know what I'm saying. And every 7 days, he continued, you want to leave this house in the middle of the night. I am your husband, he said. If something is worrying you, tell me. Adeko shook her head violently. No. Nothing is worrying me. Oh. Obina, help me. Obina rushed forward and held her. What is it? He asks, the Baba warned me. He warned me. She cried. He said I must not harm her with jealousy. He said the charm would turn back on me if I fell. She slapped her own face repeatedly. I poured acid on her face because I hated her. She screamed. Because Obina loved her. Because she was beautiful. Obina staggered backward as if struck. What? What are you saying? He whispered. Adeko laughed suddenly, a sharp, broken laugh that did not sound human. Now see me. Shouted. See what I have become. Yes. Yes, I was jealous. Adeko screamed suddenly. She convulsed on the floor as thunder struck her into two. Edora's fingers trembled as she touched her face, her eyes wide with wonder. She couldn't believe it. Her skin was smooth, unblemished, and radiant. The scars, the burns, the ugliness were all gone. She looked like herself again, but even more beautiful than before. She stared at her reflection, tears of joy streaming down her face. How was this possible? Adeko had poured acid on her, tears of shock streamed down her face. She laughed weakly, then cried, then laughed again, her heart unable to understand the miracle before her eyes. Obina stood still, his head spinning. Something snapped inside him, his eyes cleared. He looked down at his hands, then at the room, then at Adeko lying on the floor like a lifeless log. What am I doing here? He murmured. Memories rushed into his mind, his love for Edora, his confusion, his sudden obsession with Adeko, the strange way his heart had changed. Overnight, at dawn, Obina could not rest. His heart beat wildly, calling only one name, Edora. He left his compound like a madman, running through the village paths, ignoring the stares of villagers who had heard the thunder and whispers of what had happened. He ran until his chest burned, then he saw her. I beg you, he cried. Forgive me. I was not myself. I was blind. I was charmed. Tears streamed down his face as he bowed his head. I loved you, he said. I never stopped loving you. Something dark took over me. Please. Forgive me. I almost died, she said quietly. Not because of acid, but because of heartbreak. Edora, will you marry me? Will you be the love of my lives? Yes, I will marry you, Obina, she smiled as they kissed.